Fauci is like one of the smartest guys. You've talked to him. Have been on calls with him. He is like, to impugn his integrity is tough when you know him, right? But you could certainly criticize how they've been communicating, because it almost seems like CDC, WHO, they don't trust the public with just telling them what they think is going on directly. Like, hey, here's the deal. Oh, we don't want to run on masks. Well, how about just tell the public and let them make the decision? Because now in the age of internet, our BS meters are through the roof. We can actually really tell when people are trying to manipulate us, and people pick that up and then they distrust, So it's very nuanced, very complicated.
Yeah, I think it's also filtered by the media, right? So it's not like Dr. Fauci is going out and making public statements all the time. He's sitting in with 60 Minutes. It's based on the questions they're asking. They're trying to spin it one way, villainize one group of people. Then he goes on Fox and they try and villainize another group of people. And it's just like this back and forth game as opposed to like talking about the true aspects of it. So I really feel bad for these medical communicators who are trying to do their best. Like when I sat down with Fauci like a month ago, there was no prep. No one said, we want to see your questions, Dr. Mike, before you ask Dr. Fauci them. He walks in a room, he says hi, he sits down, and we just talk. There is nothing. They don't need to see my video afterwards. Like, actually, after you and I talk today, I'm going to send you this video, and you're going to tell me if it's cool to post. I do that with all my interviews. Dr. Fauci said, I don't want it. Do whatever you want. They're not hiding anything. Like, there's nothing to hide. I even was in my dad's house the other day, and I pulled out his Harrison's because he didn't believe me. Fauci's the second author. He's right there. He's the second name. Like, we study from him, and then people are like, oh, but do we really trust him? I'm like, well, if you don't trust him, I don't trust you because your knowledge comes from him. So, like, people, like, it's crazy that we get into this tribalized state, and it gets me really excited, obviously.
Dude, I'm so with you. And the thing about Fauci, again, you can criticize the communication, but man, criticizing the dude's like integrity and his knowledge base, that's a tough one, man, because like I remember when Ebola was happening, I got on a call that Fauci was doing with like, I don't know, 20 docs to try to, that were communicators, to try to say, hey, how are we thinking about Ebola? Like, how should we think about it? Man, I was so impressed with how clear he was, and he was right on everything. And the truth is, with this pandemic, it's hard to be right on everything because the knowledge is constant. This is a novel coronavirus. We've never had this happen in modern memory that we can actually science this thing, and we're learning a lot, right? And so a lot of the predictions have been wrong. Some of them have been right. Some of them have been all over the place. But the truth is it's always evolving.